What you are about to watch is undoubtedly one of the most mental race weekends that I have ever had. From crashing into people and blowing up engines, pretty much everything that could have gone wrong went wrong. But what that led to was probably one of the most miraculous comebacks that I have ever seen.
Right, we are now on our way to Donington Park for, I think, the 5th round of the United Formula Ford Championship. Oh, we're gonna crash. Oh, we crashed. Sorry. But yeah, we're still doing the rounds because, well, obviously we're 2nd place in the championship, and as privateers, that's still a fucking solid result if we can get that for the end of the season. But yeah, after a good start to the season, it's just not gone well. It's just not gone well. We've had too many problems. But I'm optimistic and I'm looking forward to it, and we're just going to go and try and win a couple of races, see what we can do. Our first stop though, got to go and pick up cousin Matt. He's just a stop on the motorway away, so we'll go and grab him and then we'll be on our way to Donington. I fucking hate these 50-mile-an-hour zones. They're fucking ridiculous. 50 mile an hour from fucking 10-mile stretch of motorway. Fucking Welsh government, that is. Don't want to get too political, but they're dick. So as you can see, me and Matt have wandered to the red light district. We're not. If we went and won both races, we'd have half a chance. But that is the only way. Like, well, we wouldn't have half a chance.
You were normally pretty good, Donington.
I'm very good around Donington. It's one of my favourite tracks. It probably is my favourite track. I think it's definitely the track where I feel like I have an edge over everyone else. I've got driving confidence. No, but if the car's working, I'm very confident we'll be in the fight for it. It's not him, is it?
Oh, I can see the order.
That's him.
That's him.
Fucking trailer. There he is. Whoa. Wanker. So that was my dad. Dad's just arrived with the car. He's there. Whoa. That's gonna be a fucking loud night's sleep, that, isn't it?
Nothing beats a jet team holiday.
So we are finally here at Donington. It's like midnight, so I've woken my voice down because it is fucking late. Absolutely shit drive down. Every fucking road imaginable was closed. But we're here now and I'm off the bed. I'm fucking knackered.Got testing tomorrow morning. Let's just see how we get on, shall we? Good morning. We are up for the test day. To be fair, it's like 9 AM. It's not that early, but yeah, we didn't get it till so late last night. I was absolutely fucking shattered. The guy I signed on did make a valid point of the fact that my licence photo, I was about 12 in that. But it's alright, you sign on now and you get a wristband, which is undeniable proof that you should be here. It's fucking annoying that you've got to show the wristband every time, but you do also get a sticker, which yeah, that couldn't be forged either. Fair play. Bulletproof stuff. Morning, Robbo! She's ready to go. How is she gonna go? That's the question. Decent. What's going on? I love this moment. You kind of come to the track. Everyone thinks you're doing some sort of expert analysis. I'm doing all right now. I ain't got a clue what's going on. Oh, actually, there's cars going round. Fucking hell. Come on then. Doing a bit of analysis on these Fiestas, me.
What a beautiful man that is in front of me. You've got to have a lot of trust for the man who's holding the belts because he is touching areas that you don't even want to talk about. And in fairness, Robbo has an occasional fiddle, but apart from that, he's pretty good. But anyway, enough about Robbo's harassment charges. We take to the track for the first time this weekend, and we are about to find out if we are shit or not. We were running a new engine this weekend because unfortunately we decided to blow the best one up on the last meeting. And we had no idea how good it was going to be because we didn't get much time to test it, but we were hoping it was going to be pretty good. It showed good signs early on. And it turns out it was absolutely completely sensational, and the car was flying. You know things are going well when you're putting your thumbs up to the pit lane to let them know you're just the GOAT. And early doors here, we've just set a 1:13.5, which is an unbelievable time for testing. So I come into the pits to let the boys know, and then they gave me some notes. Bit of an odd suggestion, but I will comply. So as I get myself back on track, it was fair to say I was getting a bit big for my boots for testing. And, well, I basically forgot it was testing, and instead decided to drive like it was the final lap of the Indy 500. Like an absolute cock I was throwing in dive bombs like there was no tomorrow. This guy's literally driven off the track to avoid me, and that was the smartest decision at the time that he's ever made. That was directly followed by a massive dive bomb, again on a test day, by the way. And yeah, what you're about to see, I'm not exactly proud of.
Look at Randy Orton slithering.
Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out!
Here's the cover.
You probably have one quick question. What the fuck was I thinking? Now, while this may look difficult to make an excuse for, luckily, of course, I've got one. Basically, Rob in front, who, by the way, is a great lad, and I cannot believe I've done this to him. Basically, this weekend, he was having serious engine problems to the point where it actually looked like he was breaking down. And I genuinely thought that he was letting me past, and that's honestly the God's honest truth. He was going so slow down the straight that I thought he was letting me go, and by the time I got down the inside, it was, well, it was obviously too late. And in the end, it was a complete attempted murder charge, which I take full responsibility for, and I did the second it happened. Oh, for fuck's sake, Tom. What you've just witnessed there is me blaming Rob for the incident. I don't even know what planet my head was on at the time, but clearly I thought for some reason that was his fault. And as you can imagine, with my clearly very rational headspace that I was in, when I nursed it back to the pit lane, I was obviously very graceful about my approach to telling the boy.
I've crashed. Rob just turned straight in on me. I've crashed.
What into?
A car in front. The car's You look like you was letting me pass. He just turned straight in. Sorry, lads. It's so he looked like he was letting me pass because he was so he was slow. Sorry, he was slow down the straights. Bless him. That's not his fault. But then he looked like he was letting me go, and I went down the inside, and he fucking turned in. I honestly thought he was letting me go, and by the time I was there, I couldn't back out. I'll show you the footage now.
Yeah, I actually don't even really know why I'm posting this. I'm just a complete dickhead. But after about 5 minutes of calming down and realising that I was a complete tool, we watched the footage back and, yeah.
You didn't know you passed.
No.
Watch it again. You watch it again. Have a look at when you didn't know you passed. No, definitely know you passed. No.
Sorry, Tim. You don't know where Rob's parked, do you?
Yeah, I'm just down here.
Yeah. Crashed into him. Car's f***ed. Rob, that's on me, mate. Sorry about that. I honestly, I just got that. No, I got that completely wrong. I honestly did.
There's nobody there, and I turned in, and all of a sudden.
No, it's on me. I watched it. I came and I was like, "F***ing sake, what's that?" And I looked at the photo with it. That's on me. I thought, oh, he's letting me go. And obviously I went for it.
The honest answer there, mate, is I looked halfway down the straight and you were so far behind, I thought there's nobody going to be there.
And I thought you were letting me, but I then thought, oh, this gap, I thought you were going to let me go and try and follow whatever. So I went for it thinking you would let me go. And then as I'm obviously there, I can't get out. Yeah, no, sorry about that, mate.
No, that's fine, mate.
Yeah.
Make sure you put it on YouTube.
That's what we're doing. I said I've got to get the video of me apologising. Yeah, I think that one was on me.
So after a quick apology to Rob and fixing the car, we ended up having a really good test day, really positive, looked really fast all day, probably one of the fastest out there. And it's fair to say that things were looking positive for race day. Now what you're about to witness might be the most embarrassing moment I have had while racing. As I stroll down the pit lane and make my way onto the grid for practice in the morning, I am asked a pretty simple question which I could not answer. As you can see, this gentleman on the left of me is asking, can you show me your wristband? To which I responded, that's a fucking issue. Now, for those who don't know, basically, before we go out to testing, we are supposed to wear a wristband. This is a signal that we are the driver and that we have signed on and that everything is basically hunky-dory. However, with this being a pre-race test, I was under the impression that when I signed on for the race, I was also signing on for the test. But evidently, that wasn't the fucking case. Now, I knew this test session did cost an extra £60. We were made aware of that before we actually turned up to the circuit. And basically, we didn't pay. Yeah. So I was sent to the pit lane in what I can only describe as one of the most shameful experiences of my racing career. There was a reason for this confusion, but we'll get to that in a bit. But for now, the objective was pretty simple. I wanted to get out for this fucking test session. Now, as you can see, I am less than pleased. This test session was going to be pretty valuable to us, and yeah, we weren't going to get it at this rate. But when you thought things couldn't exactly get much worse, they did.
They want a word in upstairs now. Yeah.
What about, sorry?
Well, basically, if you were directed not to come out, you come down that loop.
They told me to go to the pit.
You don't go on the track to go around it, you go around and down this little access road down there. So you've gone on a track when you shouldn't have gone on track. You weren't released to go to track.
So essentially what I'm being for here is that I have gone onto a circuit which I shouldn't have. Now, I was unaware that there was any other way of getting to the pit lane from the track, but apparently there was a slip road which I could have taken. But yeah, knows what that was. So now, not only have I tried to go out and nick a free test day, I am now being escorted to the steward's office for going onto the track. And I have to be honest, I think this was pretty ridiculous. Now, by the way, let me just be clear, this is not the marshal's fault by any means. He's literally just telling me what he's been told to tell me. Actually, a really lovely guy. I actually went up and apologised about an hour after this because I did lose my Essentially, I'm being punished for going onto the racetrack when the test day hadn't started yet, and also I hadn't signed on. But all I was told is to go to the pit lane, and I didn't realise there was any other way of getting to the pit lane. But I'll tell you the bit that really got under my skin. So I eventually get out of the car in a strop, and basically I sprinted up to the clerk's office in a hope to try and get back out for this session. Now, this clerk's office was a good, like, I felt like 10k, but it was probably like 400 metres. And when I got there, they just told me to not do it again. Now, I can't help but think that there was probably more efficient ways of communicating that to me. And in the end, they let me out without a wristband anyway, so I could then pay after the session. And I was just a bit confused as to why they couldn't just do that to begin with, but oh well. We did the session and things were going pretty well. In fact, we even called it early. We looked fast and we were ready for qualifying. But as you can imagine, there was a pretty heated debrief about the shit show that we just produced.
Can't believe I did all that. I was going to say. I literally went up and they went, yeah, just don't do that again. So I've gone all the way up there just to tell me don't do that again.
Did you pay?
No.
So we haven't paid?
Yeah, but I did. Yeah, but they said cash on the day. I assumed if you were going to send me up, you'd know we'd fucking paid. Obviously, I was wrong. Obviously, I was wrong.
How old are you?
I accept.
Does all the entries you pay?
How old are you?
I accept.
Who does the entries? Who knows that when you go out on track, they need a wristband?
They said it was cash in hand on the day. I didn't fucking know that.
Just leave it there.
I didn't know that.
Let's get the plate later.
Not on me.
Blame culture. Me and Matt opening.
No blame culture, but it's my fault. Well, basically, I went around the, you know, you've got the Grand Prix circuit. Yeah. Instead of going apparently through an invisible pit lane I never knew was there, I went around the track.
There's no marshal saying don't go on the track.
No.
This is all open.
Yeah, that's what I said. So I've got the footage. I said you're never doing me for this. Panic stations. We've been called up to qualifying. Very quick turnaround from practice to qualify.
Now, as much as this morning hadn't exactly gone to plan so far, after the pace we showed yesterday during testing, I was feeling awfully confident about how we would do in this qualifying session. But before we can try and set a lap to try and get us on pole position, we've got to deal with all this basically, no one wants to go out in the front, no one wants to be the guy who gives the guy behind a tow, everyone wants the tow, which is just like, grow up lads, fucking out. But eventually I break free from all that fucking bullshit, and I was on my way to setting a lap. Obviously I spend this first lap just fucking weaving round and doing all sorts of dodgy shit just to try and get the tyres warm. But I'm doing that in the hopes that when I come round to do my first flying lap that I've got tyre temperature and I'm ready to hit it hard from lap 1. Unfortunately though, that plan was completely bollocks because I've come up to more slow fucking wankers. In fairness, I will say that for me it was a bit different today because obviously we had the pace and I do understand when you don't quite have the same level of pace, and that's not an insult by the way, it's just that we had the car working well, the engine was working well. I do understand why in that situation you'd want a tow, so I'm not insulting anyone, it just pisses me off. But anyway, after a long few laps of trying to get through traffic, the final guy in front of me goes on a little rally stage and I am finally at the front. And now with the clean air in front of me, I am free to set the absolute fastest lap that I possibly can. Oh, fuck, the car's on fire. Now, as you can imagine, that's a little bit of a blow, and I have absolutely no idea if that's fucking savable. Our second engine blow up in just 2 meetings is probably one of the, well, for fuck's sake!
You're having a bad day, driver.
It's another one, it's the second one in 2 meters.
Oh no.
Do you want to put your wheel back on?
Yeah.
Now, when you've only got 2 engines and they now both look like piles of fucking scrap, we now find ourselves in probably the worst possible situation we could have been in.
Right, I hope we can run it in a second to see what we've actually got.
I can hear everything smashing to bits in there. It didn't actually stop, I stopped it, and it was still running when I stopped it.
So if you just crank it, I know straight away. Snap the rocker at least, or something's broken, you can hear it clicking in there, can't you? That was the start, was on the freezer. Yeah, it's on a piston or something in it. Something, I think it's dropped the valve sequence. Knock it off, get the head off it.
So the engine just sort of blew up, but we've just started it back up. It actually seems like they could be salvageable. If we can get back out, we're going to be starting like 7th place for race 1 and last for race 2, because I didn't actually get 2 times in before it blew up. It blew up that quickly, but obviously I got a decent one in straight away, so I've managed to salvage it in 7th place. What can you do? But the boys are absolutely flat out to try and get it happening, so for if we somehow come back from this, it would be fucking best story ever. One hour 46. Boys have been absolutely fucking flat out for the last hour and a half, and we've got about 40 minutes till the race starts, and we're going back together. Who knows? Who knows? It might have survived. If it survived, you know, it looks like a lot of it might have survived because I stopped the second I saw smoke. So the question is, if it has survived, is it shit? But I'll tell you what, if it runs and it's working, this could be the fucking video of all videos. Something's knocking. Dad's just doing some final adjustments to give it its best chance, but sounds like it's working to an extent. It just sounds like it's got a little tick to it that it doesn't normally have, and it's just a case of if that tick's going to cause it to blow up, and if it does, it's going to be nasty.
Here we find the follically challenged male tinkering with the engine. They tighten this, they tighten that. I believe that to be the fastest ratchet user in the West.
You can hear it, it's clattering. It's making a horrible, horrible sound. So yeah, it's not looking good. I don't want to get too optimistic, but it actually sounds alright, doesn't it?
It sounds brand new, Tom.
No, it sounds
like a race winning car. So if you can't win in it,
you fucking will.
I will.
So as we head down to the grid now, we obviously had absolutely no fucking idea if this engine was actually going to work. It's a very, very rare case that an engine even drives after it decides to explode. In fact, it was still running. It gave us a bit of hope that it hasn't actually gone completely kaboom. But I wasn't exactly feeling overly positive going into this race. And I did think that at a bare minimum, that would probably be some serious damage. But before we get out on track, we need to address some more important problems than the actual engine.
Matt, you know that camera by there? Yeah. How's it facing? Is it facing too upright?
It looks okay, it's kind of like perpendicular.
Just vertically.
Yeah.
Perpendicular. What kind of weird?
Utter woke nonsense.
So anyway, enough of that absolute mathematical bullshit. We do eventually get underway and we are on our way around to the grid. And as we lined ourselves up to get going here, it was time to find out if the engine had survived or if it was going to be a can of baked beans. So after a couple of absolutely fucking perfect opening laps, it was pretty clear the engine was indeed still working. By the way, that double overtake round the outside might well be the best move of my life. And if there are any race teams watching, I do accept emails. But now after a serious charge, we have now got ourselves into third position. But with time running out in this race and a big gap to the guys in front, it looked like third place was going to be the best we could do. Otherwise, it was going to require some pretty serious talent.
He had a God-given talent that I haven't witnessed anywhere else. A sixth sense of where the grip was before he turned into a corner.
You know, I'll be honest with you, I was never a
Nippers
fan. I always thought Gilles Villeneuve was the greatest racing driver of them all, but Villeneuve was spectacular on a number of occasions.
Nippers.
He was spectacular every single time he got in a car.
I suddenly realized that I was no longer driving it conscious, and I was in a different dimension. The circuit for me was a tunnel, which I was just going, and I realized I was well beyond my conscious understanding.
Now that was special. And after setting the fastest lap of the race, I am now on the back of the leaders. Now, one very important detail to point out about this situation is that the two guys in front are actually teammates. And while they both definitely wanted to win the race, it was fair to say that I don't think they were quite as brutal with each other as they would be if they weren't teammates. And to be honest with you, in the end, I just couldn't quite make it happen. And Chris, who was in second for pretty much the entire race, managed to nick it over the line. And I have walked away with what can only be described as a miraculous third place. But considering the morning we had just had, I think it was fair to say that we were buzzing with that result. After an absolutely sensational effort from the boys, we managed to take a car that was literally on fire in qualifying from 8th to 3rd.
Well done, mate. Oh, I'm happy with that. Fucking hell. Wouldn't have thought that, would you? Well done. That is a good effort. That thing's working well.
You're the fastest by a mile.
I know. We were blocked. We could have. We were very quick.
Yeah, I don't talk.
Thank you very much, Robbo. I'm sorry about hitting you, but I didn't even. I thought I had a gap, but that's going to be a new nose. Fucking look at it.
I didn't want to. It's hard if you're defending and attacking at the
same time. Yeah, I know. I always say seconds are worst.
I tried not to move on the braking, but
mate, that's not. That rule's bullshit. That's not a rule in Formula Ford. Moving on the braking thing. I just can't believe it ran. I was as shocked as anyone when I was like, oh, I'm flying. So yeah, woo!
Fantastic race.
Well done, guys. Well done. Good effort. Well, I got a warning on the way in. I didn't get a penalty, did I?
I don't know. We're just going to present you anyway.
All right.
Onto the third step of the podium, please. Tom Nippers. To the second step of the podium, please. Second place overall, Jason Smith. And your race one winner by only 20 thousandths of a second. To the top step, please, Chris Middlehurst. In the meantime, Zach Monoposte's out there on their green flag warming up.
Are you ready?
Come on in. Let's go. From the back of the grid.
Where's the music thing we needed?
What is it, Rob? Last to first, isn't it?
Last first. Nice, easy drive. Just overtake everyone on the way. It's easy.
I am not bothered if you finish this race if I know it's good or not.
See you on the other side. Run! Run again.
Kick the brake, kick can.
Mike. This way. This way, Mike.
Go on then, Pete, have a look down the grid, put a camera angle down the grid. There's a long way to go. I'll tell you one thing though, this is going to make one fucking hell of a video, isn't it? However this weekend's gone, it's going to be a good video. Oh, Rob, I'm doing whatever it fucking takes, mate. Whatever it takes. I said leaving with the nose here is optional. I'm not bothered. I'd be lying if I say I wasn't slightly hyped for the last to first option. Well, not quite last, but fucking basically.
Now, I would be lying if I didn't say that starting this race from the back was making me a little bit horny. After setting the fastest lap in race 1 and being undeniably the fastest on track throughout the race, and also putting in a pretty decent shout for the race win despite not quite making it happen, in my head I thought, you know what? I could do this. And as the race gets underway, the dream was well and truly still alive. I was playing through these men like they were 24-year-old girls, and I was Leonardo DiCaprio. And within about 4 laps, I was already up to 5th place. But unfortunately, it was around now that the engine decided we hadn't completely got away with it. And the lap times just came tumbling down, and the defending got harder and harder. I have absolutely no idea how, but we managed to catch the 4th place man up. Made a beautiful move to get that place done. And now for a quick explanation as to what's actually happened here. I don't know if I've mentioned it yet, but yeah, that engine that caught fire in the morning, you know, I've kept that to myself so far. Yeah, it turns out that yeah, that is bad. And essentially, I don't want to make it too technical, but the top of the engine had literally bent, completely distorted, absolutely completely fucked. And every single lap, it was just getting worse and worse. But I'm stuck in 4th place, ahead of a train of about 8 cars. I haven't got the pace, so I'm having to defend like a motherfucker. I'm genuinely not sure how legal this was, but this guy's had to take to the gravel in avoiding action. It didn't feel like I pushed him off, but he didn't do it on his own. But with my immense lack of pace, they've managed to catch me up pretty much instantly. And with 8 laps to go, it was going to take some sort of fucking miracle to stay ahead of these I have absolutely no idea how that's happened. It was at this stage where I was given a 5-second penalty for something. I genuinely still do not know why I got given that penalty. All I do know is that there was at least an 80% chance that I did deserve it, because pretty much everything I did in this race was illegal. But it's okay, because now that these two behind me have decided to hug themselves into the gravel, I actually had the full 5 seconds of a gap. That was until the very last corner of the race, where I've lost around 0.6 of a second trying to get around a back marker, which meant that I only had 4.8 seconds on the car behind, meaning that I ended up finishing 5th. And to be honest with you lads, I didn't really give a fuck. The engine had shit itself, and my last to first YouTube title was gone. And it was a really solid drive in the end to actually get 4th place on track, so I'll take that.
Definitely got a bit of an engine issue, I'm afraid. It won't rev, but it was alright for the first. It got worse as the race went on.
We were taking 7/10 of a second a lap at the leaders.
Yeah, but that's because they were, look at them, they were fighting like fuck. Yeah. You know, if it had been working, we would have caught the leaders. You know, if it had worked the whole way through, we would have caught the leaders, no doubt. Because you know, just them battling alone was enough to catch.
5 seconds behind them.
No, just with the even with the battling we could catch, but it just sounded like, I don't know. It just sounded deep, like it just sounded like, you know, like a horrible, just wouldn't pull. That was some weekend, to say the least. In the end, it's a 3rd and a 5th, and it's only a 5th because of a track limits fucking penalty, which I wouldn't even have got if I hadn't got held up in the last quarter. So yeah, realistically, a 5th and a 4th on track with an engine that just wasn't, by the end of the day, just wasn't working. It just fell off completely. But up until that last race, literally up until like half of the last race, I cannot believe how good it was, considering it was up in flames this morning. But yeah, some effort, a couple of great drives, and I'm dead happy. I'm dead happy with that, all things considered. But yeah, thank you very much for watching, and like and subscribe.